In the latest data breach investigation report, they also talked about the fact that 87% of breaches are based on, or I should say 87% of attacks are known attacks. They're based on attacks that we know about, they're using attack vectors we know about, they're coming in ways that we know about, and the reality is we have to do basic blocking and tackling to stop 87% of attacks. But here's the problem. If we're not doing our work on the 87%, we're going to lose our jobs. So at the very bottom, you see the basic blocking and tackling, antivirus, firewall. You also see the next level of security intelligence, which I believe is actually slowly becoming basic blocking and tackling as well. Things like IDS and IPS, virus scanning, and actually log management is coming into that fray. Because the reality is these things are targeted at that 87%. But the way I like to look at it is locks on houses don't keep professional criminals out. They keep someone from walking by, opening up your door, and walking into your house. The same applies for this 87%. However, if you don't lock your door, you're just as negligent for allowing someone to come into your house as you are if a professional criminal comes in. So let's be really clear. Basic blocking and tackling, everybody should be doing this. As people become more sophisticated, as the data that you're trying to secure becomes more valuable, you need to continue to move up the stack. Log management is right on the border right now between security intelligence and user activity monitoring. And what we'll talk about is really the highest state of Zen, if you will, which is when you bring together identity management and security information event management into what's referred to as user activity monitoring. So let's start off by talking, what is log management anyway, since that's what we're focusing on. So log management, quite simply, is a tool for collecting and storing large amounts of log data. There's not a regulation out there today which isn't going to require you to store all your logs. So whether you care about HIPAA because you have healthcare information, whether you care about PHI because you're storing healthcare information, or whether you care about PII because you're a bank or just someone that has customer information, it's becoming more and more important for you to store and maintain your logs. It really doesn't matter what the regulation is. The biggest issue is simply storing your logs is not enough. So a log management system should be able to help you aggregate those logs. It should compress them so that you can store them for long periods of time. Handle the storage of those logs, so handle things like aging those logs out over time, putting them in offline storage so you can get them at a later date. But also it should index them and make them very easily searchable. Because the reality is, if I can't get the data out of what's going on inside of my logs, those logs are effectively worthless.